What's up, WWE Champions Universe? This is Lee from Champions Chat, and this is a breakdown on Aleister Black, Fade to Black. I am so happy that they put Zombie Aleister Black back in the game and made him the free-to-play, you get him for playing the game this month character that you can get all the way up to 6-star gold. Now, spoilers, I actually did a mega pull on the kickoff loot this month because I wanted to get things moving that way. And I actually got a 6-star silver Aleister Black out of that. So I've got mine, and I've got him maxed up as best I can right now before a talent up. So I'm happy with that. But by playing the game this month, you could basically get him up to 6-star gold. So is he worth it? Answer is yes, but let's see why right here. So he's got a lot of different movesets we can run through. First of all, though, if you've been playing this game for as long as Eagles has, as long as I have on here, we're just talking about in the chat, I missed him when he was the first time around. Like, before Aleister Black left to that other company that doesn't exist in our world here, and did his thing, like before they removed him from the game, like they actually used to do these things where you would get a trial once a month of a character, and it was an absolute crap show, like every month, because they'd put him on your roster, and some months they'd just max him out, some months they'd give him to you like where you were 1 or 2 star, and then if you leveled them up, then you got reimbursed for the tokens and the coin and the TP you spent. But if you didn't have the TP to level them up or the tokens to level them up, you couldn't max them out, and so you didn't get to take advantage of them. Then they just started putting them on your roster, and then you'd have them there. But every time they took them away, if any person in your entire faction put that trial character into one of the the daily like grind, whatever they're called, expeditions, then it would kick every person in the faction out of every single expedition, and so you had to make sure you went back in and restarted those, otherwise you wouldn't get your stars for the week. Like it was quite the mess, and I loved it. And this character in particular was the one where they finally broke from, like, he was the last one where they did it where you had to use your own resources to level him up. And I loved him. It was so fun. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Nature Boy says, I loved when they did those because you could knock out the road tours. That's absolutely right. Like, if you didn't have a big enough roster, like if you were missing a, let's say in this case, a Modern Era Trickster that could get done a road tour, and then they put Aleister Black on your roster, now all of a sudden you could do that, which was super, super cool. Well, we're going to check out a few different movesets on him. This one has a few variations you can go with. So I'm just going to kind of talk through them and kind of show you to them. But you've got the Bite. Deal damage, increase your red gem damage by 95%. Of course, if you max it out, it's 100% for 2 turns. Then you've got Jump in the Fire. You're going to steal 7.3, and then I upgraded it, 7.7 million health. And if your opponent's class is Technician, you're going to steal an additional 9 million health. There's some trainers we could do with that. And then the Brain Buster of Sorrow, deal damage and make 30 random gems red. So you're buffing your red gems, you're making red gems, you're stealing health. Alternately, the exact same moveset with the Knee That Should Not Be, which is probably one of my favorite names for a move, by the way. You can use this one and go all in on bleed damage. You're at 4.25 million bleed damage right here. We're going to take a look at all 3 variations of this. I don't know how I'm going to do that in a 3-minute moveset, but we'll see. We'll see. So for the gem damage build, you're going to want to run it like we've got right here with Piper for 2 red MP plus 40%, Bulldog for 2 red MP plus 45%, Austin for 40%, and then somebody else who does red gems at 30 or 40% if you've got Haku, Zombie Bailey, or Zombie Punk. No, Zombie Bailey. I already said Zombie Bailey. Why would I say Zombie Punk when I already said Zombie Bailey? Then on the strap, you basically just want to make sure you've got your best gem damage and red gem damage we actually should have here. So ignore the yellow on that. You want the red. There's not really a plate for it other than if you just want to use a Red Royal Rumble since you're buffing the red gems. So let's take a look at this build and see what he does. see what he does, because he does. He does things. Always loved the entrance. The eyes glowing are cool, except for you could see that they were like positioned behind his head and rolled back in, which was weird. But anyways, the knee that should not be. All right, so you bite them, which is going to increase your red gem damage. You're stealing 7.7 million health, which nowadays, not that much, but we'll show you with leech or health steal trainers. Then you've got 30 random gems to make into red. So from a 60 million health pool, we're going to all those red gems. Boom. That hit for, oh yeah, it's not going to show it. I thought he'd stomp in between real quick. So then with the red Royal Rumble plate, about 49 million. Without the red Royal Rumble plate, not really a great move set for that, based on the gem damage. So from that side, we're going to say with the gem damage and kind of move on to what I really think is going to start hitting, which is either the health steal or the bleed. The health steal and the bleed. Same move set. We're just swiping out, in this case, the trainer set. So we're going to want to go to the 4MP trainer, which is, move charge, which is like any of 3 different people. So Butch, Sting, Roxanne, whoever I happen to see first. If it's Roxanne, I'll keep going just because people get bent out of shape that like, I don't have Roxanne, so I can't do this. Well, no, it was just the red. All we needed was the red. There we go. All I wanted was a cookie, just one cookie. All right, then you go to move damage, I believe, and you've got your health steal. Sorry, I got to lean way in on this one because small screen, not wearing my contacts. But there is moves that steal health will steal 75%. Moves that steal health will steal 60%. There's somebody newer. I mean, he was free. Yeah, let's do that one. And then there's somebody in here now that steals health. Is it Shinsuke? Moves and, steal health. But there was somebody else. Like, they added another person. So it was Roxanne. It was the new Roxanne, actually. She does 100%. I bet you it's right here. Not Roxanne. Raquel. I always say that. They tag together. It's fine. Where's Raquel? I'm betting she is moves and blah, blah, blah. That cause bleed. Never mind. She's that. So somebody, I don't remember who it was now. One of the newer characters also stole health, but doesn't matter. Yeah, I like those two. All right. There wasn't anybody else here that stole health, I don't think. Yeah, I can't use him. I don't have him. He doesn't exist. Somebody else got released that steals health. I know somebody did. My brain's just not getting there right now. Green moves that deal damage. That's the bleed trainer we're going to go to in a minute. Anybody in the chat? Remind me who else steals health. Is there another coach? Apparently not. All right. Well, then we'll just leave. We'll leave that. All right. So now we're stealing 26.9 million health, which, again, not the biggest numbers for this, but definitely not bad. Not bad at all. Roxanne. Yeah, Z-Rock does as well, the Chads. But there was somebody new. Michelle McCool. That's who it was. It was Michelle McCool. Let's see here. But I think she's 100%, right? Oh, she's right here. Blah, 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 blah. Still 100%. So, Clubber, Michelle, either way would be good. I wish she was right here. Then that would be super good. But yeah, it was Michelle McCool. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, so we're going to go with this setup right here. This is going to give us 27 million health, and then you're stealing another 37 against technicians. So against technicians, this is absolutely the way to go, or a way to go, I should say, because you're stealing just a metric butt ton of health. You almost don't even have to run it because it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, you just... There you go. We just stole 30 million health almost. Boom. Done. Swoop. and then it goes back to you. Then you go back to red, and you do it again. So within 2 turns, you're going to pretty much wipe anybody of their health, and you should stay alive or unalive through this whole process, right? So that should be good. That should be pretty good. Boom, and done. Total about 33 million. I don't think he's going to end up kicking out from it. So we did end up draining a 6 gold. We are hype level 0, but I don't think hype increases steel health type stuff. So I don't know that that's going to get much better, but at least it's there, right? So I'm going to switch over to a 3-minute move set for this one, and then we'll come back and take a look at it with the bleed trainers instead. All right, so we're going to take a look at the exact same move set, kind of. One change. We're swapping in the knee that should not be, which I love. It's a 4 MP red, deal damage, and deal 4.25 million bleed damage to your opponent for 2 turns. So you're going to need Sting to get loaded turn 1, and that's all you need. And then your best bleed people. These are the rare ones, I get it, but like Roxanne right here does 75%, but Apollo does 200, you know. There's a few people that do 75 to 100% on the bleed. Right here with your King Woods, you've got another 50% bleed, and then Ray Phoenix does 100% bleed. If you don't have one of these two, you just sub in Kyrie, who does 40% more on the bleed. But either way, you're dealing 19.1 million bleed for 2 turns, and you're pinning them, so you're functionally going to hit the full weight of that, because there's not as likely they're going to kick out with the first swipe. If they do, then you're still only hitting that 19 million once. But as long as they take at least 2 swipes to kick out, that's basically it, right? You're doing 40 million, unblockable bleed damage, unless you have an anti-bleed strap. I mean, but I don't know. I don't use those. I don't know a lot of people that use those anymore, right? So there's your bleed, and then you drop the gems on them, and you're functionally doing the exact same thing as the last one. It's just instead of stealing health over to you, you are bleeding them out. This does more damage when you're talking about going up against non-technicians than the steal health, you know, by far, because boom, it's going to hit him twice. There we go, he's done. Nice. But when you're going up against technician, the steal health move is going to be the better way to go. So that's one move set. That's all we did was one move set, basically, kind of 2. We just did it 3 ways. So we're going to make a little 3-minute move set for that and be right. I don't think. Oh, hey, I hit the start recording button. Eagles was messing with me. I accidentally hit the start recording. But here's our next move set for Aleister Black. It's his finisher build. Honestly, you're really looking at these 2 moves. This one's just there if you need it. The Whiplash Moonsault, 5 MP green, deal damage and increase your purple MP by 10. It's also a reversal. If you get subbed, then you break the submission. You do have the Call of Clutu, although it says Clutu. Yeah, it says say Clutu. 6 MP submission, 55 random sub gems, which is bigger than the board. And deal damage for 3 turns while subs are on the board. Remaining turn into silence. That's really for this other purple finisher here, but it's there in case you need it. But the Blackout Rush finisher, deal damage. That's a big number. And then stun yourself, which I think is a fun mechanic, actually. It's goofy, but it's fun. For 1 turn, pin the opponent, then increase your green MP by 6. So you immediately reload if you have an anti-stun strap. Spoilers, I don't have an anti-stun strap on here. Then you've got your George Steele to get you loaded turn 1. You've got the evil It Clown Jared Leto version of Doink for purple finishers, do 150% more damage. You've got Captain Lou, Super Mario Brothers versus It for purple finishers, do 50%. And then whoever else you can get here that either does purple finisher, like if you have Rex Regum, your moves, if you've got the Gobbledygooker, or there's a few different people who do purple moves, do 30 or 40% if you've got them there. Just as much purple move damage as you possibly can. On the strap, I would go with an anti-stun strap, but I don't have one, so no worries. Then you've got 100% if you have a tier 6. The big thing I don't have is I don't have a purple takedown 3 medal. So this is only going to hit for 80%. Yours will hit for 250% if you have that. And frankly, he's hype level 0. So yours is very possibly going to be hype level 1 or 2, which will hit harder than this. So keep in mind, you'll hit harder. So you're going to use this to upgrade your purple right off the bat. Boom and boom. If you have a midline bonus, you could sub them first if you need to. And then this right here hits for 56 million damage, and then you stun yourself. So here's the trade-off. Have 150% move damage strap, which is making us get to that 56 number. I don't have the 250% metal on there, though, so keep in mind that can hit in the 60 to 70 million range, but you stun yourself. Or you use an anti-stun strap, and then you sacrifice move damage. So either way, you've got a trade-off, but 56 million is not a small number, and I love this move. Bam! They're done. It's not the Black Mass, but I'll take it for what it is. Now, they don't kick out, hopefully. Otherwise, you get a turn that you lose. But there it is. That's basically the 2-click move that I like the best for that. So let me know what you think, but I like it. So make a 3-minute move set for that, and I'll be right back with one more move. The last move set we're going to take a look at for Aleister Black is the Silence build. It is the same Whiplash moveset, Moon Salt, that we just did. 5 MP green. Deal damage, increase your purple MP by 10, can't get subbed. The sub, though, this time is important because you need it to put down the silence gems. You're going to make 55 random gems, which there's 49 gems on the board. It still bothers me that they do that. And the remaining turn into silence. And then you have the blackened mass. Deal damage and bonus damage for every silence gem. Then deal damage and make them into green. So, actually, let's make sure this one's maxed out because that is an important number, whereas these ones are not. So that's good. On the entourage, you need George Steele and Santa Hogan to start loaded turn 1 because you want that sub to go off. Then you've got Rosie for silence gems, do 100% more. Oh, and green moves start with 2 more MP. Never you mind. We actually don't need Santa Hogan. Okay, I'm going to change the graphic midstream here, and we're going to put Molly on here after all. It's Molly after all. It's Molly. Could be taken as a different reference. Actually, I'm going to stop singing that now. Plus, my singing is terrible. Terrible. It's like a coyote got caught in a trash compactor. So, all right. So let's change that. And let's go ahead and change the graphic real quick, too, just to make sure we are doing what we're supposed to do. There's Molly. All right, sweet. Okay, cool. So now you've got Rosie starting green moves and silence 100%. You got Molly doing 18k silence. You got Zombie Cody doing 60% more silence. Z Hogan is 50. Yeah, he is 50, but in this case, it would be better for Molly because she's 18k. 50% of, let's see, whatever our flat is on this, on gold, let's see. So flat green would be, 50% would be 26. So actually, gosh dang it. All right, let's put Z Hogan on. Everybody's got Z Hogan now, so I don't mind. I don't mind changing it to make sure we're right. It does just take a second to find Z Hogan, and you know, now people you get to watch this in the video. It's okay. It's towards the end of the video. Everybody who's watching this, I so appreciate you. Like literally, it means a lot that I spend like ridiculous amounts of time on my fun day off because this is fun, and then you still watch these. It's actually super cool. So, all right, Z Hogan is your 50%er, and we want to change the trainer one more time on the graphic here. One more time. One more time. We're gonna sell it. Oh, I just promised I wasn't gonna sing. Crap. Anyway. All right. So then we've got Z Hogan and Zombie Cody on the plates. You've got the deafening silence or total silence plate. Whenever you make silence gems, make 8 random gems that are multiplied gems of strength 8. And you've got the control freak. Whenever you make 6 or more silence gems, increase all your gem damage by 100%. Let's see what this does. Let's see what it does. So the number to beat is about that 60 to 70 million mark for his move damage build. So you're going to go ahead. You could go ahead and hit this one, but just so that they don't do something crazy to you, I would just go straight into the sub, and it is what it is. Either way, you're going to sub him. And I love that. Looks like he's like an octopus all the way around him. I love it. It's so fun. And then you hope they don't break as many silence gems as possible, right? Then you hit this, which makes your purple move load, and now you hit your purple. So we are doing 1.24 million bonus damage for every silence gem, and then making them out. So we've got about 20 to 35 million-ish, maybe 40 million top end on that. I love that. I love how he pushes them away first, and then bam! That's super cool. So 43 million for that hit, plus another 11. So yeah, 55 million. So the finishing damage is still the highest out of all of them, but you need some things. This one is fun, and I love the blackened mass. Like, I just love that move. It's so fun. So cool. Anyway, so what do I think of the rework of Aleister? I love it. I just love the fact that I got him. Like, that's great. Just that alone is super, super great. I'm happy with all of it. In terms of a rework character, I think he's on the better end of some of the reworks they've done. And the fact that everybody gets Zombie Aleister, like, I love that. I think that is freaking amazing. So, yeah, I think everybody's glad or should be happy that they've got him. I think it's a good thing overall. I don't know if I ever actually... alley-ooped. I don't know if I ever actually looked like I normally do at the start at his trainer and stuff. He's a modern era focus trickster. Coaching ability sucks. Never mind. But he does have the zombie link, which is not the new zombie link, but the old one. Get your ones where they reduce by 2. So that's cool. So anyway, that's my thoughts on Aleister. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to Champions Chat, and send this to your friend or faction mate who needs to know how to run him to help you guys all out. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.